Splatoon 3 has a lot of great features, but there's one feature in particular, just one, that might be the worst in the entire game. And no, it's not Clan Blitz this time. Let me tell you a story. I was playing Rainmaker and everything was going perfectly. We made a clean push right off the rip and we had a straight shot to the checkpoint pedestal. You know, your typical Rainmaker game. This was perfect too because, humble brag, I only needed one more win to go 3-0 in this X-Rank series. Right as we passed the checkpoint, however, tragedy struck. Someone disconnected. Oh no. Our team made a hurried push to the goal before the game inevitably ended, but unfortunately, we were just barely not fast enough. I mean, look at that. That's like milliseconds away from winning. We were all sent right out of the match, and oh yeah, I ended up losing 3 games in a row, and therefore my otherwise perfect series because of that. So this right here is Splatoon 3's worst feature. In case you don't know, if any player disconnects from the game within the first minute, the entire game is instantly voided, an experience I'm sure plenty of you are familiar with. You might be thinking to yourself, oh, I guess that kind of makes sense. Not much can happen within the first minute anyway, right? Usually, that would be true. If the only mode was Turf War. In each of the Ranked or Anarchy modes, if your team does well, it's possible to set up a pretty decent lead in the first minute of the game, especially Rainmaker, in which you can actually just win in like 30 seconds. Even speaking of Turf War though, I've been disconnected from 100x battles before I even get to play them because someone else either has really bad internet or is an actual supervillain. Whether this particular time was on purpose or not, we'll never know. But let's be honest, it was probably on purpose. I mean, they were about to get steamrolled. So if it's that bad, what could Nintendo do to fix it? I get it, they want to maintain some level of fairness in the game, and I'm all for that. Good job, Nintendo. But really, I think the simple answer is just remove it entirely. I mean, the last 2 games did completely fine without it. I don't know, I just don't like the fact that 3 people can dodge a loss because someone else disconnected. I understand that the player that disconnected does take a loss, but the rest of the team still doesn't. If you lose the game when you're down a teammate, it doesn't count anyway, so I don't see the point in ending the game early. At the very least, if Nintendo wanted to keep this feature in, I think it should work like this. If the objective hasn't been painted or moved, for example, picking up the Rainmaker or completely inking the zone, then the game can end. Kind of a grace period thing. That's fine, I have no problem with that. But if any team has scored or moved the objective in one way or another, I think the game should continue. That way no one feels like their game was a waste of time and we don't have these endless no contest matches. So yeah, that's why I'm convinced this is truly Splatoon 3's worst feature. Well, I mean, Clash Blaster's a close second, but that's for another time. Nintendo, please, for the love of all squids and octos out there, please fix this. At least until then, I'll just be here, still waiting to win an X-Rank series. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.